First, our top story this hour. The Red Cross in the Philippines says it has received reports that more than 1,000 people died when Super Typhoon Hiayan struck.
The storm is the worst ever recorded. It has weakened slightly as it moves across the South China Sea toward Vietnam and China. Seth Doane is in Beijing.
This super typhoon tore through the central and southern Philippines, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. Entire homes and buildings were simply flattened. I just got off the phone with Barnaby Lowe, a CBS News producer who rode out the storm near the very hard-hit town of Tacloban. He describes scenes, images of water coming ashore. This storm surge, he said, at times appeared more than 10 feet tall. In fact, he said it was almost like a tsunami and likened it to his experiences covering the tsunami that struck Banda Aceh, Indonesia back in 2004. He also described horrific scenes of seeing dead bodies along the highway and scattered in the debris. We saw other pictures from residents in the province of Palawan who went about that grim task of picking up bodies there. This fast-moving typhoon moved at almost 25 miles per hour, and that alone might have saved lives because it did not hang over some of those inland areas quite as long and produce quite as much rain. Also potentially saving lives, those massive evacuations we saw. Around 800,000 people moved to safety. Still, there are significant problems. We're hearing stories of looting at the scene, and we're also hearing about the lack of water and food. In fact, the United Nations World Food Program says around 2.5 million people may be in need of food aid. Rescue workers are still trying to get to some of the hardest hit areas, some still without communication, to try to get a sense for the scale and scope of this disaster. Seth Doane, CBS News, Beijing.